Looking back in your early life,
Yeah.
okay, what do you think you were searching for?
Very good question. Direction. I didn't have, as a younger person, I never had purpose. And because I never had purpose, I was redirected to things that didn't benefit my purpose. And essentially that being God's given purpose for my life. Do you get what I'm saying? And I didn't know what that was. So it led me to all sorts, led me to the roads, led me to criminality, led me to things that, let's say, I always call it a slow form of suicide. So things that could have eventually led me to death, things that could have led me to losing my mind, things that could have led me to all sorts of situations, prison or whatever it be. So to answer your question, I would say purpose and direction, definitely.
Do you think where you're at now, do you think you found your purpose? And if so, what do you think that is?
100%. 100%. I think, do you know what? As I've got older, I feel like as time goes on, my purpose and the vision of what my purpose is gets larger. At a certain point, I thought my purpose is I'm a rapper. This is what I do. But I realise now, as a grown man, I've got a son now. I realise now that isn't just my purpose. My purpose is also to be a father and be a good one at that. My purpose is to impact the people around me, impact my family. My purpose is to change the young people's lives that have come from the places where I've come from. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
I feel like there was points in my life where I was like, yeah, this is my purpose. I'm meant to be a rapper. I'm an artist. But as time has gone on, God has revealed to me a wider vision of what that purpose entails, and everything contributes to that main thing.
That's beautiful. I'm glad you found it, by the way. Real respect.
Bro,
Real respect,
thank you,
man.
bro.
Real respect.
Thank you, man.
Do you think people underestimate real on how hard personal growth actually is?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think with personal growth, and I can only speak for myself, I think with personal growth, you have to really be intentional. Yeah, you can't just be, it's not something that can just happen, personal growth. It doesn't just, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
of
don't just
course.
happen.
No.
And of course, I think experience is a great teacher. Experience teaches you things along the way. But when it comes to your personal growth, change of mindset, change of heart, change of lifestyle, you really have to be intentional. You know, like people say, a habit is built over 30 days. Over 30 days goes past, and once that 30 days has gone past, it becomes a habit. But to get to those 30 days of doing something, whether it be praying every day for a month, going to the gym every day for a month, doing your studying, whatever it is, it might take that certain amount of time, and that means being intentional. So that's, for myself, that's what I found and what I've seen.
I respect
I
that.
hope that answers your question.
Do you think that ambition and peace naturally fight each other sometimes?
Do you know, I've never actually thought of it. To answer your question, I think true peace comes from, for me personally, true peace comes from Christ.
Okay.
Him being, the Bible says that he's the Prince of Peace. So true peace comes from him. I think when you're chasing ambition, goals, and you've got your pursuits in life, naturally there's gonna be ups and downs. It's never linear. You're gonna have waves. You're gonna have times where it feels like you're not making any movement. So all in all, that can take away your peace.
Yeah.
But behind that being something that knocks your peace, the true peace comes from Christ.
Yeah.
So really, or to answer your question, yeah, it can be a conflicting factor, but at the same time, if you have Christ, you have true peace. So
That's beautiful.
you can kind of just persevere, and yeah.
When do you think for yourself then, faith stopped being something that was just around you and something that actually became personal to you?
Yeah, definitely. I think, do you know what? I'll be real and transparent. I think because I've grown up in an environment where both my parents are both born again, spirit-filled believers. They go to church, and that was my environment. My granddad was one of the first black archbishops in the UK. So if that kind of paints a picture for my setting and how I grew up. But because of the things that I had gone through from a young age, that was in, like, if I was to give it a title, I just call it darkness. That's the title, just darkness. And because of those things that I had gone through, where the devil meant it for evil, all it was doing was teaching me that Christ is Lord. It just imprinted in my heart and in my mind. From young, I'll go to school, primary school, I'm telling people about Jesus, because why? I've seen certain things that you lot ain't seen. And when I saw those things, when I went through those things, I called on Christ. I didn't call on nobody else. And it flipped my whole trajectory in my situation. So I think from early, I had always known. It's just a shame in my teens, as I got to 12, 13, the devil pulled me away from that, and I chose to go in other directions. But again, when I probably hit the age of 18, 19, a friend of mine was stabbed and he passed away. And when he died, that flipped my whole perception of life and purpose, like why we're here. And I started to ask questions about life and myself surrounding that situation. So yeah, so to answer your question, from when I was born, that was the setup. But as time went on, when I was about 18, 19, that's when it came back again.
Of course.
And I found that direction.
Of course, so there's been a journey with your faith, as you've explained.
100%.
What would you say keeps you spiritually grounded now?
That's a good question. I think there's a few major factors. I think having the right people around you, having a prayer life, and being able to, when I say having the right people around you, being able to talk to people, being transparent with people, opening up and saying, you know what, because I feel like as human beings, sometimes we put on a false pretense, say, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm doing all right. But when it comes to the things of God, that's not going to get you nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So the Bible says, in your weakness, his strength is made perfect. So essentially, that doesn't mean acting like I've got it all together. That means being humble enough to say, you know what, I'm weak right now.
Yeah.
I need prayer, I need help. So having people around you that you can talk to, reach out to, and actually have that transparency with is a key. And also having a prayer life as well. Being able to just, you know what, this is my lifestyle now. This isn't just a thing that I do in the morning or before I eat my dinner or before I go to bed at night. This is something that I do because it's a cause for survival. Yeah. Like, this is what I need to do every single day. If I want to survive, I need to pray. So they're the main two things, I would say.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you for that, bro.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Stand up and belief, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Come on, man. Love all the time, bro.